Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we will be seeing just how mad nearly all the men in Lagos are. So today we will be reviewing one of my favorite Nigerian novels, Nearly All the Men in Lagos Are Mad by Damilare Kuku. I love this book so much because it's just beautiful. And I like it because it is a collection of short stories. There are 12 short stories inside, so anybody can read it. Doesn't matter if you're busy with business, with work, with life in general. You can take it one story at a time, depending on what is convenient for you. So we'll be starting in order of arrangement. First story is Cock Up, and this is easily one of my favorite stories among the 12. This story is about Isioma. She sells roasted corn and pears, I think, at the side of the road somewhere in Lagos. And I love this story because it's just good karma. You know, she's married and she has a child. She's married to one of these people who won't settle for less. They are lazy, but they do it under the guise of wanting what is best for themselves. You get me? Like, he has some form of education. She's also educated, but none of them have the white collar job that they want. And because she understands that you need money to survive, you have to make ends meet, she starts selling corn. And at the end of the day, it's good business for her. At least she's able to pay rent, she's able to take care of her daughter and also her lazy husband who doesn't do anything. He has gotten to the point that he has even stopped applying for jobs. Let me just quickly say that it doesn't matter how many details I divulge in this review, it's nothing compared to the actual story you get. Like, imagine taking water, tap water, and then taking fresh spring water. Spring water always means like it's that fresh. So I would recommend that you all read the book if you haven't. So her husband is lazy. He is lazy. Just in case you haven't clocked it, he's the madman in this story. Anyway, as Issy is selling her corn one day, this guy pulls up in a car and he buys her corn, right? There's nothing worthy of note. He just buys some corn, buys some pear, and he leaves, right? But he keeps coming back. And at first he likes her because of how polite she is. You know, she's very well spoken. It's obvious that she's educated and her business is just different from other people's business. And he keeps coming around. When he comes and her daughter is there, because she picks her daughter up from school and daughter stays with her till they go home together. And him and the daughter become friendly. He likes her. He's always leaving change with her, dashing her money to get things for her daughter. And she tells her husband, though. She tells him, oh, there's this customer that is comes a lot, and he dashes anything. That's their daughter. He dashes their daughter dollars. And the husband, hungry and lazy. Of course, there's nothing wrong to him. So one day, Ehi, that's the customer, and Issy are talking. And he asks her what her dream is. And she tells him this is what she wants. She wants to open up so and so. And this is what it will cost, right? And he said, okay, he can give her the money if she sleeps with him, right? He's just negotiating in his words. He's not trying to call her a prostitute or anything. It's just that she has something that he wants and he can give her something that she wants in return. So it's kind of like fair trade to him. And she's so offended. You get like, she's a married woman. What the hell? Get away from me. Don't come back. Don't ever say that thing again in your life. So she goes home now and she tells her husband, expecting him to match her fire for fire. And he doesn't. In the end, it's the husband that is encouraging her to sleep with the guy. Oh, just do it for your daughter, do it for me, do it for who. Let me just quickly throw in that he offers her husband a job. But because the husband is so lazy, he doesn't even have his CV. The wife keeps bugging him to get his CV ready. He doesn't. She's the one that types out his CV and sends it to the guy. Anyway, at the end of the day, she gives in and they go to the hotel with the guy. She even sits in on his business meetings and she's so intelligent that she holds her own during the meetings. You get, she's not out of place. She doesn't feel uncomfortable in such settings. At the end of the day, they do the do and she sleeps with the guy, right? She sleeps with the guy and It's so different and beautiful. Different from what she's used to with that greedy husband. After everything, he pays her the money and she goes back home. Then her husband starts giving her attitude. As how? He was the one who encouraged her to do it, you get. After what she did, they moved into a new house from that money because he gave her extra. He's generous like that. They moved into a new house. She was able to achieve her dream, I think. The foolish husband, what was on his mind was getting a wristwatch, this expensive wristwatch. She was wearing the wristwatch, giving the wife attitude, and was not cheating on her with everybody in the neighborhood. So, in the end, she leaves her husband for the guy. So, Izzy's husband's name is Lukumon, and he's mad. Most definitely 100% mad, because he's only a madman that would even allow his wife, encourage his wife to sleep with someone else for money, and then come back and be giving her attitude while reaping the benefits of her deed. That's madness, 100%. First story, and it starts with a banger. If you've not read it, I really recommend that you do. The second one is The Gigolo from Isaleko. This is a story about Iggy, right? He is born to like a humble background. His mom was a cleaner, I think, or something. Anyway, he has access to rich people, and his best friend is a rich kid that his mom used to work for, right? Iggy is a gigolo because he keeps getting married to people that are, I don't want to use the word class, but are not in his class. They are out of his league. He gets married to them, he seduces them, uses his charisma and his like physical attractiveness, and he gets married to them. But these marriages don't last. Do you get? So in this story, Iggy has, at the time this story is being told, Iggy has been married twice already. They're still young, very young. He has been married twice already. And he really invests his time into these marriages because he knows what he wants to get at the end of the day, right? So from the first marriage, he gets an American passport. Second marriage, he converts for this marriage. He becomes an actual Muslim just so that he can get married to a Muslim girl whose uncle works with federal revenue and get what he wants. So in the third, at the time the story is being told, we are at his third bachelor's party. He's getting married to someone who is, I think, 60 years old. Only God knows what he wants from this one. So Iggy is, I wouldn't say he's mad. He's mad, but he's cunning, he's crafty. Yeah, he's all this use what you want to use what you have to get what you want. He's that kind of person. So on a scale of 100, I would say Iggy is 30% mad, 70% cunning. Right. After the gigolo story, we have the story of the anointed wife. This one is Mommy Gio. She's married to a pastor of a well-established church, right? But her husband is cheating on her. And she knows. She has caught him before. She has caught him cheating on her. Anyway, at first she believes in this case that he did not actually cheat on her. She just believes it's one small girl that is trying to crumble her empire. But she finds out that is actually true. And how does she find out? The girl releases a statement about how the whole deed went down, right? And in the girl's statement, she mentions that the husband, the pastor, said, "We are celebrating the Lord in bed," which is something that Mommy Gio knows that Daddy Gio is always saying, you get. But she still tries to refute the story. She's doing all her best. Like she's dragging with the girl online just to make it seem as if her husband is innocent when she knows that he's not. She even testifies that they were together at the time the girl claims the husband was with her. And she does all of this to preserve her marriage, to keep her empire. You understand? It's a typical case of a wife fighting the side chick. Instead of you picking your bone with your husband who made vows to you, you are outside beefing the side chick. So in this case, husband is mad, most definitely. Daddy G.O. is mad. He's mad because how can you be a pastor? You are preaching everything the Bible says and you are cheating on your wife with numerous people. So he's mad. But his wife is madder. Yeah, she's madder because I don't even understand what her end game is. I don't get it. They are both mad. The story after this is international relations. So this one is about a woman in Lagos who is tired of Nigerian men. She's tired. They are just scum. You get. She has tried and tried and tried, but she keeps ending up in bad relationships. So she says, okay, I'm going to try dating a foreigner. And she tries. She goes on different dates, goes out, tries to meet different people that are not of Nigerian descent, just to see if it's going to give a change, if she'll have luck in that, if she'll have luck with that. So she meets someone, he's Russian, I think, right? Yeah, he's Russian. And she meets him and he's older than her. There's like age gap. But she doesn't really mind. All she's looking for is peace of mind, which he doesn't give her in the end. Turns out to be a traditionalist, you get. He comes to her house at some point and he meets her with a friend, though. A friend, and he's asserting dominance and talking trash and whatever. So she breaks it off, and in the end, international relations fail. So Apostle is the name of the guy in the international relations, and he's mad. I wouldn't I wouldn't say he's mad. I mean, it's just his view. That's the kind of person he is. And I assure you that he will definitely find somebody that is looking for that kind of guy. But she's just not for our girl, you get. So he's mad to us. He's mad. I'd say he's 60% mad. And then there's Jide in the story, who is the protagonist's friend that likes her. He's also mad if you check it. He's mad. After this, we have Oedipus complex. This story is about a mommy's boy, right? He meets this lady at the airport and his mom is there coincidentally. They are all together at the time and they meet and he likes the girl. Oh, she's very nice, she's beautiful, and they get to talking, right? And they even start dating. But at the end, the girl realizes that she cannot with this. So mother is giving her conditions. The boyfriend is not even talking. The mother tries to tell her how to dress, tells her what is expected of her. They will have to move into the house. The mom will move to the boys' quarters. They'll be living in the main house. And even as they're living in the main house, they cannot change the design. They cannot change anything in the house. And the boy is just okay with it. So the girl advises herself that she cannot marry this mommy's boy. And she leaves. This mommy's boy, I think, is a very mad guy. Because at this age, like, you should know when to draw the line. If you want to move on with your life, you've grown. If you want to move on with your life and bring new people into your life, you have to cut ties. I'm not saying you should stop talking to your mother, but you have to know where to put your boundaries, because whose daughter do you want to stress, you and your mother? I beg you. So he's mad. 100% mad. He's not even ready. Following this story, we have A Lover's Vendetta. This is sad. This is one of my favorite stories in the book, but it's also sad. It's Orode's story, right? She meets this guy on BRT bus on her way back from work, I think. And she's very exhausted. She falls asleep on his shoulder. That's how they get to talking. And they get married even, right? They get married and they're together, but she wants a child. More than anything, he also wants a child. And they keep trying and trying and trying to have children, but to no avail, right? They go to different clinics and it seems that she's the problem. She's the reason why they cannot have a child, right? And it's so sad because she comes to find out that her husband is impotent and he knows. He and his uncle, the uncle who has on numerous occasions brought concoctions for her to drink, brought things for her to bathe with, these traditional thinking people. They brought a lot of stuff for her to use. Disgusting stuff, knowing full well that she's fine, and he's the problem. When she finds out, to make it worse, he steals their property. He empties their house out, and he runs away. So she comes back home to an empty house, and a bitter truth. This guy is mad. He's like madness of the first order. He's a very crazy person. If there's anything higher than 100%, he's up there with Lukumo. It's his husband from the first story. They are both mad, mental, deranged. The next story is First Times. Yeah, I love this one too. This one is about Evie, right? She was dating this guy, I think when she was 16. He's the only person that she has been with. And throughout their relationship, right from the tender age of that 16, he has been cheating on her. He has been cheating on her. And to make it worse, she finds out and she gets into a fight with the person he's cheating with. Very annoying and disgusting behavior. She will fight with the girl, he'll come and beg and she'll forgive him and they'll get back together. He has been cheating on her. And she's so hardworking, you get. She's the one with the money in the relationship. She's the one who funds him. She bankrolls many of his business ideas that don't even come to be anything. So she's losing money on him even. But she has the money, right? And it gets to the point where she's resigned. They get married and she's resigned that he'll keep cheating on her. Is when she's pregnant, right? And she wakes up. I think she's about to go into labor. She wakes up and there's her husband sleeping with the house help on the table, dining table. So she kind of becomes resigned at that point and she doesn't really care what he does so long as she doesn't know about it. Until she hires a driver, or he hires her a driver, Ezekiel or Kel, right? And this guy is just so nice, so fine, so soft. He works with a limp, and still, he's just intuitive. You get, he can read her mood. He's just sensitive to her, and before you know it, things begin to happen. I don't want to divulge too much because this story is really beautiful. You see this story and the first story, they're really special to me because I like women getting their own. You get me? Like people who have been through shit. I like it when you get good karma, when it turns around in your favor. So she takes a chance on the driver, Kel. And where she has been wasting money on her husband, one try, and Kel just makes a great opportunity out of it. So she leaves her husband for the driver. It's lovely. The husband in these first times is a very mad guy. He is mad. You know, when he finds out that his wife slept with the driver, he tries to make a case out of it. I'm going to leave you. I'm going to leave you with nothing. You don't even have anything to begin with. He's 100% mad. If there's anything higher than that, that is who he is. Following this story, we have Catfish. This is the story of Doshima and her friend, right? And another guy. So the friend is really beautiful. I can't remember who is the catfish among them. Anyway, two girls. One is really beautiful but shy. The other one is not really much to look at, but she's very outgoing. So she ropes in a guy using her friend, the good-looking shy one. She ropes in the guy, and at the end of the day, she snatches the guy. Like, she doesn't even waste time. The guy and the girl are there because she has been flirting with the guy, sexting and stuff. When the shy friend doesn't know what to do, that one swoops in immediately. I mean, that one is still sleeping. The other friend is still sleeping in the other room. But this one swoops in immediately and seduces the guy. And he falls for it. So this guy is mad. Yeah, he's mad because, hello, this is just anywhere belle face. He couldn't get what he wanted from the pretty one, so he goes for the second option. And he doesn't even have the decency to do it at another place, right there and then, him and the foolish girl. So he's mad, and Doshima, the friend, is also mad. Both of them are 90% mad. Following this story, we have Sidelined. And this one is a really sad story, but it happens pretty frequently. It's a story of Jenny, right? She comes to Lagos to live with her friend who is married with a baby. And she meets this guy, Odili. He's so nice, rich, very generous. Even rents her a house, yeah, but he's out of town a lot for business. So one day, they date for like 3 years. So one day she's out grocery shopping, right? And she sees somebody that looks like Odili with a pregnant woman at his side. And she's wondering, this guy is not even supposed to be in Nigeria at this point in time. But it turns out he's the one. She passes out. I'm telling you, she passes out because the shock that came over her. This guy is married and he has been dating her for over 3 years. And when she finds out, he's like, and so you get like madness. Is one thing if you let somebody know upfront that they are your side chick, you are married and they are your side chick. Is a whole other level of madness for you to be dating somebody that doesn't know that you are married. Haba. You're just misleading them and deceiving them into thinking that they're building a future with you when your future is already set and secure. That is madness of the highest order. 100% he is mad. The next story is Beard Gang. This is a story of Lagos men who have beards. And I don't mean physical beards. Like when someone is gay and they are fronting with a woman at their side to make it look like they are not gay. That is the beard. The lady is the beard. So it's a group of married men that are gay, right? And they are married though, to women, but they are gay. So they are running their packages at the side with other men, and the wives know about it. So one of the newer wives, finds out that this is what her husband is up to, right? And the other one tells her that this is what they do. When you find out like that, you just make him pay for your presence, because divorcing him now is going to be to his detriment. So they pay to keep their wives happy. I think you should read this one. The next story is I Knew You. And this story is bittersweet. I wouldn't say the guy in the story is mad. He's just someone with serious commitment issues, right? And he has a girlfriend. He really loves her. But that commitment of marriage is just something he's not willing to do. And in the end, it costs him his relationship. But I'm pretty sure that if this story was to be developed into like a full story, they're going to get back together, because he really loves her. And at the end of the day, you see that losing her is worse than whatever commitment issues he's scared of dealing with. So I'm not even worried. They're going to get back together. This guy is not mad. He's just a troubled Nigerian man. He's not mad. The last story in this collection is Independence Day, and I like it as well. It's a story about a lady who met a guy, right? And he ended up raping her. He drugged her and he raped her. So she was aware, but not really aware. It's like when you have sleep paralysis, you are awake, you know what's happening, but you can't move. I think that's the most terrifying. You can't shout, you cannot move, you cannot do anything. So he drugs her, and it's a long road to recovery for her. She finally meets someone that she's able to open up to, and they get married even. It's a very long road for her. And she suffers, so she really suffers. She moves around with sharp objects that she can use to protect herself. She layers up on her clothing so it won't be easy to get to her. She really goes through a lot because of that stupid guy who felt entitled just because she bought her meat pie and coke, right? And Karma, she meets the guy, the rapist. Yeah, she meets him at her son's school. I think it was on Independence Day. There was a show or something, and they meet, and it's time for her to like get her pound of flesh. Not in a violent way, but I just know she's going to get closure. This guy is mad. The rapist in this story, he is a very, very, very mad human being. For you to think that you are entitled not to just sleep with someone, but to rape them because you bought them 2 bottles of coke and meat pie. That's just a whole level of madness. 100%. So that is it. We have run through all the stories in this book. It wasn't an exhaustive review by any stretch of the word, because I don't want to divulge too much. I would really encourage everybody to read it. It is a masterpiece that has been beautifully put together, and it deserves to be read. So read it. You don't have to read everything in one go. Pick a story and read it as you will. Now, I love this book because, true, nearly all the men in Lagos are mad. But not all of them are mad. And we see like glimpses of really good men in this book. There's the guy in Independence Day, the one she ends up getting married to. There's Ehi in the first story. Kel, the driver, he's a go-getter. There are so many beautiful stories of men in this book that are not mad. Let me know in the comment section which of the guys, if you've read this book, which of the guys do you think is the maddest, right? And if there's anybody that I have categorized as not mad or mad that you don't agree with, let me know. And if you've not read the book, do let me know if you're going to read it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with other people. Thank you.